I think it's a Scottish person. I don't know who it fucking is.
All right, well, I'm going live now, so don't say fuck or bugger, but I suppose time will tell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute and deafen myself in the Discord, because the first bit, welcome, by the way, to Euro Truck Simulator 24, I've got a response to Brutus, because he said, Hobbit, what have you ever done to me? Well, Brutus, let me elaborate on that. So first of all, because he'll never watch one of my fucking streams, I'm going to share it. So I've got to do all the admin stuff first. So admin stuff, share a screen. There you go. Now you can see my Euro Truck Simulator. And I'm going to fire up Telegram because I've got his name on here. Brutus the Insane. That's the one. And yeah, so I'm just going to do just do a little thing to him. So one moment, guys. And we're there. Now, I'm also streaming this video as we speak because I want it to be on the record what I'm saying to Brutus now. Hello, Subal, Brutus, you vacuous vegetarian, you imposter intellectual, you naive nitwit. I did listen to your 70 minutes of, I can't be bothered to talk about it, so here's me 70 minutes talking about Hemi and then everybody else, and I got a mention in that, and at first I said, I'm not listening to it sounds boring, but Godwinson and PPP thought it was entertaining, and I must admit, the way they presented it, it was entertaining. So, do you remember when I said, Brutus, I really think you should talk to Hemi, get in the Discord? Why was I doing that? Why was I doing that indeed? What possible reason that I, who at the time considered you a friend, I still do in a sense, because after all, I have many retarded friends, and I don't mind that. But I tell you what, none of them claim to be something which they're not. They're all quite honest, and a lot of them understand their limitations, unlike you. So, why is it I said get into the Discord? Why is it that I said participate with being social, be with your friends and such like? Why did I do all this stuff? There must have been a reason for it, right? The reason for it is I was saying, Brutus, your friends, the ones who have dug you out of holes numerous times and given you ladders, and you're saying, no, fuck you, give me a shovel, decided that I thought, all right, well look, you come into the Discord, you have a chat with us, you act like a normal fucking human being, which was a bit too much to ask, I know, but at the time I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I wanted you to do this so that you could talk with us and you could show some contrition, and instead of running into Laurel Towns like, I'm sorry for the actions of people which aren't me, instead of going to a person like that who is not your friend, maybe you could have gone to us and said, yeah, sorry guys, I did fuck up. Maybe I shouldn't have gone drunk drinking San Miguel, a shit Filipino beer, and said, fuck them before the Packies do. Fuck the 14-year-old girls. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Thanks for pointing out that I should have shut it down there. Boy, was I stupid. Thanks for you guys having my back. No, instead you decided to throw us all under the bus, and you tried to plead for mercy from people that you weren't going to get it from, and then you run away and you took your football away and was like, oh, I'm not playing with you guys anymore. You fucking faggot. Which you are, by the way. I mean, I know you try and pretend that you're not some closeted homosexual, but I, having seen you in real life and knowing the way you react, and especially the way you act around homosexuals and women, you are a fucking faggot. You just judge a tree by its fruits. So, why am I doing this now? Because you're saying, Hobbit, what have I ever done to you? Well, what you've done to me is the same as you've done to everybody else. You have used me as a stepping stone, a mere inconvenience to your path to greatness, which somehow you think you're entitled to, yet you've done nothing to earn, and there is no merit for you having your smoking hot wife where you'll go skiing in the Alps with your two beautiful children. Two beautiful children which, if we're going by biology, won't be you as the father then, because then they'll be fucking ugly kids, won't they? You vacuous vegetarian. Did I mention you're a vegetarian? You closeted homosexual vegetarian. I think I need to mention that again. So yeah. Am I done yet? Oh no, I think there's still a bit more to this. There is a bit more to this. Yeah, you go on for 70 minutes saying, like, oh, they're a traitor, they stabbed me in the back. We never stabbed you in the back, we stabbed you in the front. We said, Brutus, you're a blithering idiot. Fuck you. And, do you ever sort of wanted to yourself, well, two things, really. I mean, I don't expect you to be very introspective, so this is why I'm going to spell it out for you. Did you ever want to that time when we were in Oxford, and you thought, oh, I'll take a leaf out of Hobbit's book there, he can be cheeky to strangers, and it works. So you sat down with a bunch of women on the other table in the Bear Tavern, and you were saying, oh, I don't like these cyclists you got here in Oxford. Yeah. By the way, we should gas the gays. Is that what you said? Because it seemed to be pretty much the words to those effect, because the way they shot up for the table, you might as well just shout out from them, gas all the gays. Fun, that. That was really nice. That was really nice, sort of looking at this table and the looks of utter fucking contempt those women had for you, and by extension us, because we were affiliated with you at the time. And again, it was just one of those things like, oh no, what has Brutus done this time? Just another case of picking up your fucking shit, a habit which you seem to have picked up from maybe all that time you were in India? That's the other thing as well. How can you claim to be a white nationalist when you've spent most of your life in shithole third world countries for the brown people? You've gone to Brazil, you've gone to India, and in your own words, Brutus, no one can satisfy me like a black American woman. So we'll continue to read your Brutus diaries, and here's a thing. When you're trying to make a point, don't say what I'm trying to say is. Say your point in a clear, concise manner, and then you can cut out half of the book. Because half of the book is you saying, I don't know, guys. Maybe you should have just left the title, The Brutus Plan. I don't know, guys. Give me money, because I'm a fucking disingenuous grifter, and I think I should have, what was it, a chalet? A smoking hot wife? 2 beautiful children? Obviously not related to you. And you'll be skiing in the Alps. Yeah. So that's it. I've said my piece now. Fuck you, Brutus. You disingenuous cunt. Right. I'm back now. So, no, I've got all that bit done with, and I've sent that message to him. I doubt he'll respond, but the point being is I've got it on my channel, so it's there for public record.
Yeah, fuck Brutus. Well,
excuse me.
I don't think he realises what he says. Like, he's got something wrong with his psychology where he puts everything else on everyone. The problem, he externalises his problems onto everyone else, fails to realise.
Well, funny enough,
here's
an anecdote which my grandfather told me, and he says he remembers when he was a kid, and he was working for this baker, and the baker would do bread deliveries to the neighbourhood on a horse and cart. And the woman, whose name was Kim, well, actually her name was Quinn, but everyone called her Kim, she used to beat the horse and says, I'll teach you to make me late. And I said, yeah, I've seen these sort of people before, grandfather. They're idiots, they're stupid, and rather than accepting that they're responsible for anything, they blame everybody but themselves for their own shortcomings. And Brutus, who thinks he's an intellectual, but in fact he's just an idiot, again, he's one of these people where he goes, oh, well, you know, all these people are traitors to me and they threw me under the bus. It's clearly nothing I've done. It's clearly everybody else's fault. There's clearly nothing there's no introspection I need to do. I don't need to have a good hard look at myself. Everybody else is at fault. You know what? There is actually another thing. Let me just pause the drive there, because I need... Actually, you know what? I won't do that. I've got to consider my audience as well. That's the point. Am I actually...
Yeah, keep driving. I know, like it.
Have I gone live? Yes, I have gone live. Right, okay. So, let's go back into the game. And I'll just pull over a bit, because there was another bit which I need to... I didn't make all my points. I just got sort of sidetracked into insulting Brutus. Subaj. Subala? Subaraj?
Let's stop you a minute.
Yeah.
Have you got mod pack on? You've got the SR mod pack, yeah? No,
I haven't got... oh, yeah, I've got Sissel's mod pack. But I'm just looking for a place I can pull over. I think one's coming up right now. Yeah, so that's how I've got a meager format magazine in my cab. You know what? This looks like a place to pull over right here on the main road. I think you can do that in Russia. So let's just go back to yeah. So you know what, Brutus? I'm not actually done insulting you yet. Do you realise why I left your show? You probably never did you? Because I said, oh, when I come back, I just wanted a bit of fun. Well, that's true. It is true, Brutus. I did want some fun. And your show's not fucking fun. Because all your show is, I'm going to talk, I'm going to bang my fist whilst drinking my shit Filipino beer, which reminds me of the shit Filipino ladyboys I stick it into. And that's all it is. And then occasionally someone's like trying to have a laugh or crack some jokes or, you know, have a conversation like a normal human being would, i.e. that thing called banter, so a concept which you think you grasp, but no, you do not. And you just mute people. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to bugger off then because once more I've been muted. Doesn't happen to me on any other show I go on to. Because every other show I go on to, it's a normal conversation. We have a couple of laughs, people talk over one another, and then they go, oh yeah, that's all right, and then they carry on with their points. But you can't do that, can you, Brutus? Oh no, because God forbid we'd have somebody detract from yet another one of your diatribes about, oh, why are women such slags, why don't they like me? Maybe just have a look in the mirror, Brutus, and ask yourself, what sort of women would like me? It's not going to be a 10 out of 10. It's not going to be a 5 out of 10. You should be grateful if you can get a 3 out of 10, Brutus. Very fucking grateful. Right, there we go. That's what I meant to mean. He's boring. But, I tell you what, I say he's boring. His book's a lot of fun, isn't it? Have you been reading it, Phil?
Oh yeah, it's fucking mint. I love the law. He laughs quite a fucking bit. See what Brutus...
He's an intellectual, you see.
Yeah, he's laughing, it's intellectual, it's like...
Yeah.
You should... It's... A lot of people do this, that they aspire to be the middle class, or... I don't think you should want to be the intellectual class. It's like... Generally speaking, the intellectual class they're usually pathetic people. They're never successful in regards to being a normal person, like having a wife or getting children. They're usually really sad people.
Do you know what they remind me of? Do you remember Mrs. Bucket in Keeping Up Appearances? The bouquet residents, Madam of the House speaking. That's what they are. Yeah, yeah. They're strivers. They're fucking fake strivers. And the thing is, I have spent time around these bourgeoisie. I mean, some parts of my family are quite well-to-do people. And I've been to their soirees, I've been to their really fancy christening and wedding anniversary parties where no expense is spared and caviar and smoked salmon and champagne flows like water. And these people are fucking boring. They are so boring. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my granddad, and if I actually get him on in his own, and if he actually listens to you, which most of the time he doesn't, he's actually quite an insightful fellow. Especially if you get him one of his specialist subjects like mycology. If ever there's I was talking to him, it's like, hey, have you heard about this thing of using mycelium to grow building materials? No. Oh, well, look at this guy called Paul Stamets. Oh, this is interesting. But it's all in English. Can you translate it for me? So I translated a bit of it, and he was fascinated by that. And he says, oh, yeah, that's a really good idea. And he was talking about...
It depends on which...
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, it depends on which part of the intelligentsia we're talking about. If it's like the sciences or engineering, these people usually tend to be quite humble and nice people you can get along with. They're what's the word? They're
some of them are egotistical bastards, though. They're like, I'm hot shit.
They usually like the. If we're talking about the intelligentsia in regards to like psychology or politics or philosophy, these people are pretentious wankers. Like if it's in regards to the sciences or engineering, these people are actually decent people. They do make an effort to not make an effort, but they're usually decent people, nice, good people. And but the thing is, it's like, listen, Brutus, accept that you're not part of the intelligentsia. I'm not. Nobody. Most people are not. That's perfectly fine. If you're part of the working class, which you are, Brutus, still make some good points and whatever. just because you're working class or even middle class doesn't mean that what you're saying is false or anything. No, you stand on the sort of shoulders of giants. I think that's like who said that? Was it Isaac Newton? He said you stand on the shoulders.
If I can
of giants,
see further than others, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants. Yeah, I mean, Brutus, like a lot of these strivers, thinks, well, I have read a great number of books, therefore I am an intellectual. And it's like saying, well, I've watched a load of films, therefore I am an expert. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock's got nothing on me. I've seen more films than he ever has.
Yeah. Same argument, yeah.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. It's absolutely fucking bullshit. Yeah. And the thing is, it's just... I mean... Really, Brutus should have read his book. I mean, two things. If he read his book, he'd gone, oh yeah, I do use the phrase, I don't know guys, quite a lot. Or basically what I'm trying to say is, all these filler phrases, so you could have cut out probably 2/3 of your book by cutting out these stock phrases, and then going, oh yeah, I've already mentioned that bit in a previous chapter, so I don't need to repeat myself again. So you could have cut the book down to 1/3, and you could have looked at it and gone, this is pure dog shit, innit? I'm not really that smart. Maybe I need to just... Yeah.
I'd be thinking, why the fuck am I talking about these weird, obscure American YouTubers and the Daily Stormer and stuff? It's like, if you are an intellectual, you should be thinking about what the problem is and how you're going to solve it. Don't fuck around and talk about the Daily Stormer or, like you've pointed out, like lack of self-reflection. That's a problem with Brutus, is that
he won't be honest with himself. Oh, and this was the other thing as well, right? So, I mean, him and I, we get invited to Grief's house, and thank you very much, Grief, for letting me stay over, and it was really nice to spend some time in your hometown and all that. So, they're over there, and I said, oh, thanks, guys, I brought a little gift with me. I got some Belgian beers with me, you know, this is stuff of my culture, you know, we're appreciating one another's culture, right? So I open up the bottles, and they're like... And Grief doesn't mind it. I got some Trappist ales. He says, oh yeah, this is a bit strong, isn't it? And Bruce like, I don't like it. It's not San Miguel, is it? It's like, no, it's not a shit mass-produced Filipino beer. No, it's not. It's made by actual Trappist monks, you know. Monks, this thing you were for a while. A monk. You were a monk for 10 years. You didn't get any enlightenment when you're a monk, were you?
Why, did he say he was a fucking monk?
Yeah, he joined some Hare Krishna guru cult and he was chanting Hare Krishna for about 10 years before he went, oh guys, why am I not a guru yet? Because you're a fucking loser, Brutus, and you won't admit to yourself your own limitations.
Eastern philosophy is fucking bullshit. Sorry for being racist, but like, the only philosophy that...
Don't you understand that Arianism is the pure white nationalism? No, it's not. It's a brown fucking religion, which the only devotees of it are people that shit in the street.
It's the philosophy of a slug. Like, literally, all of Buddhism and all that bullshit is, don't worry about the external world, just do nothing. Try to not exist. It's like, fuck that. Whereas white people, when they do philosophy, they say there's a problem, we're going to solve it. That's what we do. That's why we invented the scientific method and all of this sort of shit. We try to solve problems, actually fix it. Very well being a slug, but that's not going to get you anywhere. That's why we innovate. So don't take inspiration from Indians or the Chinese. Fuck that off. Take inspiration from England.
Well, one of the things I didn't say to Brutus, because I thought it had been a bit too hurtful, is I never used to sit next to him in the pub. I mean, if it was just him and I to start off with, then I would... and I had no choice, because it's not like, yeah, you know what, you're boring me, I'm just going to go somewhere else. But at the same time, as soon as other people are like, it's like, oh, thank God, I can palm Brutus off of them and I can have a nice conversation. Because he was so fucking boring, I'm just like, right, fuck off, I'm going to talk to somebody else and I can have a normal conversation, instead of having him lecturing me about how great yoga is. And it's like, yeah, okay, Satanist, whatever. But the other thing about Brutus as well was, I mean, I think Kaber summed it up perfectly. He says, yeah, if you're an Indian, you might need to stand on your head and do a mantra and pray for a year in order to get closer to God. But a white man, because of his supremacism, can just go to a church and say Our Father, and there he is. He's got a connection to God there and then.
Exactly, yeah. Get we're doing real shit, like solving other problems. It's like, right, there's loads of other problems, I'm going to solve them.
I wouldn't say that
Wander
Brutus
out,
is spiritually Jewish. I'd say spiritually he's a passive-aggressive brown man who's been born in a white body.
yeah, probably.
So you know what? It's right he's a Hindu, because he probably was Mr. Patel in a previous lifetime. But anyway, that's God, I managed to like refute all of his 70 minutes of I'm not interested in this, so I'm just going to carry on talking for another 70 minutes about how I'm not interested in this. I managed to refute that in about what, 10-15 minutes? I think that's pretty good going.
Oh yeah, pretty good going. You can refute most of what this Eastern philosophy bollocks. It's just at the end of the day, if you're a white man, you don't need to fucking read fucking Savitri Devi or all this sort of bullshit, or Buddhism or Hinduism. It's nothing of any importance that you're gonna learn from them.
Ah, that's pretty good. Top Cat's in the comments, so he's having a question and answer with his audience. That's good. That is. I mean, if ever you want to talk a bit more, Top Cat, the Discord's open, and the voice chat, I should say. So yeah.
I'm watching your Euro Trucks stream.
Yeah,
I'm fucking weird. I can watch people play ETS, and I fucking enjoy it. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I fucking love this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's entertaining, but it is. It is.
I know what you mean. Yeah, because I mean, personally, I find watching other people driving, I'm bored with this. I can do better. I want to do it. That's not always the case.
It's chilled out. The sound is chilled out. Yeah.
It's
quite well in it as well. You've got 35 million or something?
33 million. Well, I've got the game limit on the number of hired drivers. I can't hire anymore, so yeah, oops, I've gone out of gear. I keep
get pro mods. You need to get pro mods. I know you fucking avoid me, but get pro mods.
Yeah,
I swear to God, to change your fucking life. I've got to do this again, and it's pissing me off. I don't think I've said this before. I had pro mods. They did that fucking Christmas update. It fucked with me. I couldn't do anything. So.
And then you don't want to play the unmodded game, because you see, I'd say my game is mostly vanilla. I got like some cosmetic mods, and that's it. So I got mods which change companies' names to real-world European companies.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
Like, you need the map packs, because the map packs are fucking immense. Like, the people who've done the map packs do it for free as well, and they make it better because they include Ireland, Russia, and Portugal, for some reason. But they've done basically the entire fucking planet. Done the entire planet apart from Portugal. I don't know why they haven't done that.
Maybe because Spain and Portugal are in the upcoming Iberia expansion. Oh, it's green. I can go.
That's what. Yeah, I used to play this all the time. Man. I used to play Euro Truck Simulator.
I tell you what's a pain in the arse though. My chair's broken, so chairs and microphones are racist, guys. And I'm using one of those Protestant church chairs. You know the type. It's just an uncomfortable folding metal one. And I can't sit comfortably on the damn thing. Alright, so let's start border control. I want to enter Russia. Get some cheap diesel. Maybe I'll do a job.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I'll go and...
Get on show for pro mods, but in pro mods they do a complete Russia map. It is a bit too big, but it's good. I like it.
Is there actually a road, say, from Moscow to Vladivostok? I know there's a Trans-Siberian road.
Yeah, there's even what else is there? They've done everything. They've done the Great Step. There's like the Great Step in pro mods as well, so you can do that. You can do that fucking one single road there. lasts about fucking 4 hours in real time.
Speaking of the great steps, have you seen the president of Mongolia? That guy is
Oh, I haven't.
muscly. It's like I think he's moved the Mongolian parliament to his local gym, so he can just carry on like pumping iron whilst he's doing his job.
That's like Belarus, Belarus. Their president is a bit of a fucking legend, isn't he?
He likes his ice hockey, that guy.
He does, yeah. In regards to coronavirus, but his people were saying, "Why aren't you closing the country down?" And he was like, "What did he say?" Now he said, "I don't see any virus around here. What are you on about? It's too cold."
Well, they went further than that. They said well, look, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, said we will pay you $894 million US as a grant, but you got to put your country into lockdown like the rest of us because we're going along with this journey. It's like, yeah, no, fuck you, I'm not doing that. The country stays open. So
Yeah.
he didn't take the bribe.
He is the legend.
He didn't take his 30 pieces of silver, and Belarus still carries on.
He's a legend. I love him.
Apparently, they're putting pressure on Sweden to enact a lockdown because it's kind of embarrassing to the other countries when it's like, oh, nobody's dying in Sweden. Shit. Right, let's just pretend Sweden and Belarus doesn't exist.
Belarus don't give a fuck. Like, it's because Belarus are lucky to have a president that is a man of the people. There was an interview. Like, he has literally working class. He's fucking weird. Like, he has a working class, but he does a lot of work. Like, I remember doing an interview about coronavirus, and he was farming on his own land, and some journalist was interviewing him, and he literally said to them, he said, "Are you going to help me out, or are you going to go away?" Help me out or fuck off. He was like literally like farming potatoes. It's fucking weird. Weird to imagine like a leader of a country to be.
The one of the US presidents was a peanut farmer. Hey, someone in the chat, he says, Hobbit, can you say black bastard? There you go. Black bastard. Bloody Marxists. I like, what's his name? That actor who always he likes to piss himself in public, and he's always in films where he's miserable and dies. Colin, he's an Irish actor. His missus died. He was in like Cold Justice, Cold Revenge, or something like that. Liam Neeson, that's his name. And he was talking about how one of his girlfriends got raped by a black bastard. So he was walking around the streets of Dublin with a kosh in his hand. He says, if I'd seen any of those ne'er-do-wells, I'd have beaten them to death. So I'm just thinking, how many black bastards did Liam Neeson exterminate that year? Because obviously he's not going to admit, yeah, I killed 5 of them, innit? Good old, I mean, Liam Neeson is a guy who just doesn't give a fuck. I mean, I love, there's so many pictures of him where he's just like, he's pissed his pants in public, and he's not like a 70-year-old man or something, so I don't think it's age-related incontinence. I think it's just a case of a Chad move. It's like, I'm going to piss myself in public. What are you going to do about it? I'm a world-famous actor.
He's doing the, what's his name? I fucking hell, my brain's gone fucked up. Australian actor, what's his name now?
Mel Gibson's New Zealander.
Mel Gibson did that anyway. He just stopped giving a fuck anymore and just mask off, just told people what he believed. He didn't give a fuck.
I still haven't watched Passion of the Christ because I don't want to do a hate crime.
It's quite good. If you're a Christian, you'll probably be. I don't know if you'll be offended or not. To be fair.
Well, you know, it's like it's a really awful time for Jesus's life, and yeah, it's the other people. It's like, yeah, but the Romans executed him. No, they didn't. The legions there were press gang from the Jewish population of Judea. So the people that executed Jesus The ones that put him on the cross, nailed him to it, were Jewish legionaries. And the ones which condemned him, because Pontius Pilate said, right, who are you going to forgive? Barabbas, this rapist burglar, or Jesus? And I was like, yeah, we'll have Barabbas. So they were given the choice. They were given numerous fucking choices like, you absolutely sure you want to exterminate this man because you're saying he's guilty of the crime of annoying and upsetting you? Yes, we absolutely want this man to be executed in one of the most barbaric ways possible because we're such a noble and enlightened people. And yeah, I know God said...
This is why I believe that, you know when they talk about that they say that the Jews are God's chosen people. I believe that it's in the sense that they're God's chosen people because they need to be watched.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd go with that. And I would say
not
that...
because they're good.
No.
Because they're bad.
He's keeping an eye on them, exactly. But I would go so far as to say, I think Jesus says, I have made a new covenant with you, people. So that God's chosen people are the ones who keep faith and believe in Lord Jesus Christ. Because he did say, no one gets to the Father except through me, the Son. But the other thing, he also did say, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. So we're not allowed to judge them. But at the same time, our ancestors and they said, okay, we're not allowed to judge you because Jesus did say, forgive them, Father, know what we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill you, then you're going to go up to heaven, then you'll face your true judgment because only God can judge you. We, as Jesus said, are incapable of judging you, so we forgive you, but we are going to execute you. So, there you have it.
Yeah, I'm going to get pizza now anyway. I'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes.
That's okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this this little outburst chat, and we can return to the gentle Euro trucking stream, which I like doing. We're just going on the drive here to a town called Luga, where I will be visiting it, as I haven't been there before, refueling on cheap Russian diesel, and then I feel so inclined to take a job. So we've got 74 kilometers to go. And yeah, we'll see what comes around the bend. Maybe we'll go to Italy. Maybe we'll go to another place. Maybe I should do an avoidance action so I don't collapse into that car. And so we just gently pass the car and it's back to 70 kilometers an hour. Now there's no speed. Now it's 70. So just increase the speed. And since last time joining, when we did the long journey from Swansea to Tallinn in Estonia, I have unlocked the next tier of engine. So previously it was a 530 horsepower engine. We now have a 780 horsepower engine. So acceleration will be greatly increased. Oh, and I've done a speeding offence. It is now 60. You know what? We're not in any rush, are we, viewers? So let's just keep to 60 kilometers an hour. And we're not going to accelerate. It's given us a chance to go at 70. We're just going to carry on at 60. Because I'm sure any minute now it will go back down to 60. So yeah, fuel economy will suffer adversely as a larger engine is less efficient? Yes, I think that's right. However, we will have the advantage that we have greater acceleration so we can get to a cruising speed sooner. And I did unlock the last level of eco driving, so I will have a 35% efficiency bonus just from driving. So that's good. I'm using a third less fuel to do a trip than an unqualified driver. Isn't that nice? There it is, it's still 70, but we're just going to put on at 60. And let's just slowly bring the speed down. Clear to proceed both ways. And we'll head towards Luga, which is what I think that sign in Cyrillic says. I'm making an assumption there. I can't read Cyrillic, but there was 4 characters on that. And Luga is spelled with 4 characters. Right, so there's 70. Let's just bring it down to 65. I would love to read comments in the chat, but unfortunately if I do, I can't stay on the road, so sorry guys. I'd love to participate with it, but Top Cat's in the chat, as is someone in the chat, Bear Ray. So talk to those guys. And on the right hand side was some sort of monument. I don't know what that was about. And we're going through a rather nice wooded area, and oh look, there's Luga, and it is spelt in a Romanian. It is spelt in a Roman alphabet, Roman characters. So let us go to Luga, and I was right. Those Cyrillic letters spell Luga, and now it's 60. So there we are. We're doing 60, and let's go and explore this Russian town of Luga. What is there to see over here? I don't know. So let's find out where we got some diesel. Oh. And this makes me a Baltic tourist, because this is one of the 36 areas which I've not been to. I've now done 21 out of 36. And I believe that's a garage, so just wait for these cars to pass. Ah, and there comes another one. Yep. I just realised I could have done this journey with my axle lifted and given myself a bit greater fuel efficiency, but never mind. And this one has 4 bays on it, which is quite interesting. Ah, because this is not a garage, this is a service station. So if I go here, we go and do service, and there is a little bit to pay. What's that for? The wheels. Oh, well, that's normal wear and tear then. That's hardly a concern. So, what else is there to explore in this town? I think I just saw over there. There's St. Petersburg. And I'm in Luga. So, we're going to go and explore this garage over here. And after that, I'm going to go to this area over here. Oops. No, I don't want that to be area number 2. So let's just get rid of that. And then what number 1 is that? Chairs, microphones, and secondary monitors for races so Hobbit can read the chat. Well, I'm looking at my secondary monitor now, but I have to turn my head all the way over to the right to read it. But I could really do with a new chair. Mean crashes, mean dab. D bodies, population control. I fell asleep on the M1, I reckon smart motorway psyops. You just did a criminality, you can't judge me, only God can judge me. Hobbit the fop. Good. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. Dolly, 2 axles long. Okay. I should have a go at some of these low loaders and other trailers and stuff like that. Hobbit, I'm looking at a 2007 Ford Focus. What do you think? Fords have a bulletproof and working class. Fords are bulletproof and working class. I like the Ford Focuses. I know they're a small car as well, but I like the Ford car. It's practical if you don't need a large one. And there are bags of spares for the Ford car as well, so it's a good one. And plus Ford, well, they did once have a reputation of being the company that Henry Ford founded. But now it's not really like that anymore, so I would say that you're better off with Toyota. Toyota make boring but very reliable vehicles, and they're not all boring. Some people highly rate the Toyota Corolla. Personally, I found it boring, but some people, they really seem to like them. They call them JDM nuggets. I don't understand what JDM. I assume the J is for Japanese, But beyond that, I don't know. And it looks like this is one of the garages I actually own, so let's just pay a visit to the workers and see if they converted my diesel into vodka. Either way, it's going into my fuel tank, so if my engine stalls, there's going to be hell to pay. So here we go, we just stop there and we see a sign for petrol in Russian. Very authentic, I like that. Whereas the rest of Europe, the sign is all in English. Because as you know, the only language spoken in Europe anymore is English. Everybody speaks in English to one another. They only pretend to speak other languages to just be silly. Very, very silly of them, aren't they? What about Honda for reliable milk? Yeah, Honda. Yeah, but I think Honda is overvalued, so will you get a better deal with Toyota? You're probably better off watching a show like Car Throttle. They tend to talk more about cars than I do. I personally, because I'm interested in the technical aspects of it, quite like Mighty Car mods. Oopsie. It's alright. It's my own garage. I can do that if I want. I've been drinking. I thought I could get away with it. Really, the answer there is that you probably shouldn't go in at the angle I did. You probably should have gone all the way around the garage to get to the fueling station, which I didn't do. But anyway, not to worry. I'll just take one of my Camel cigarettes on the passenger side and light it up and have a smoke. So let's just press on onwards, 60 kilometers an hour. Let's head towards St. Petersburg, and then after that I think I'm going to go lay in bed because don't know about you guys, but my shoulder hurts. Now that I don't have my chair with its armrest, got nothing to rest my arms on, and you start to appreciate how heavy your arms are when your shoulders ache and you don't have an armrest. So yeah, not fun. So let's go to St. Petersburg. I find it interesting that it would be called St. Petersburg. That seems to be a nod to the German way of saying things. Perhaps it wasn't always Russian. And what do I mean by that? Perhaps St. Petersburg was Tartarian. I don't know, because I don't know the first extents of Tartary. But, as I was saying in 14 words the other day, I'm expeding. That is what I said. Isn't it interesting that... No, I didn't say this on 14 times. I was discussing etymology with my grandfather, who does speak German. And I said, you find it interesting that they call a town a burg, and a townsperson they call a burger. And burg means mountain. Now, after the flood, the first bits of landmass which would have been visible would have been mountains. Now, St. Petersburg is not a mountain, and neither are most places which are called berg. They are not mountains either. But here is a very ancient word that is used to describe a town. Whereas I think in English we have don, and don means hill, and ton means town. But ton and don are very similar, so you've got London, Swindon. I'm trying to think, what other towns do we have in England which have the name Don? Answers in the chat, guys. Help me out here. Because I'm thinking, if one's called Tom and the other one's called Don, those are similars. They're an anglicising of the Old Saxon. So we refer to towns by hills, and the Germans refer to towns by mountains. I think it is a very ancient word. And the reason I mention this is because St. Petersburg, what do the Russians call St. Petersburg? I don't really know. Because St. Petersburg, What does a Russian call St. Peter? I know they call Moscow Moskva. And that kind of makes sense because that other town we call Luga, and yet for whatever reason we call Moskva Moscow. Mind you, there's a number of major cities which historically now are given different names, like Peking and Bombay and Constantinople. So, yeah. What does a Russian call St. Petersburg? Basildon. Oops. Focus on the road. And we're doing 60. So I shall focus on the road, and unfortunately I shall not be reading chat. Do I want to do a job? Maybe I'll do a short job, like St. Petersburg to Finland. Yes, this sounds like an acceptable job. So let's do that. Oh, it's 70, so let's go up to 70 again. And we can hear the engine just gently pulsing to get up to speed and then going off, which I am told the pulse and cruise method is the most efficient method for conserving fuel. Because I thought just applying gentle pressure would be the best way to do it, but apparently no, that's not how to do it. Let's just bring up the information menu and we'll go to 90. There we go. The cruise control set correctly. And we'll just go to the high score menu because I think of the fuel mileage as my in-game score. Having done 28,000 kilometres in this vehicle with an average fuel consumption of 40.9 litres per 100 kilometres. So let's just turn off there and head towards St. Petersburg. Probably doing this too fast, but it says I'm allowed to do 90. So let's pretend this is an acceptable speed to do one of these intersection turns. So merge and turn, no traffic. Everyone must be at home due to house arrest. And we shall proceed to not Moskva, St. Petersburg. So let's go there now. Let's see if we can do a short job, shall we? So let's just carry on this road. And I shouldn't read the chat, but you're being interesting with responding to my questions, so it's always nice doing that. Maybe I'll have a read of it when I'm parked up. And then we see a bit of power. Haven't lost any speed going up that hill. There's the power of a 780 horsepower engine. Lovely stuff. Just it's gently purring along, and the turbocharger is just barely engaged. So here we'll be coming off soon of this motorway into the pre-programmed destination, which is over there. Oh, okay. So this isn't a motorway, it's a it's a dual carriageway with passing places. Force of habit, I put my foot on the clutch, but there's no clutch, not on an automatic. So here I am, I've done my U-turn on the dual carriageway, very nice. Coming off here, yeah. It says it's 30. Oh, I believe it actually. That is very aggressive, so I have to go through the petrol station where one can purchase diesel, and what's this area over here then? How do I get to it? Do I get to it there? And of course somebody decides that it was their turn to go. They are incorrect, it was my turn. Now one could say, Hobbit, you should be leaning over to use your mouse to make adequate left-right head motions. And to you I say, I'm having fun. And if I want to look left and right, I'm going to use the steering wheel. For example, this guy's being slow. So I've tried to avoid him, and I've ended up touching another vehicle, which is perfectly fine because in Russia that is just standard practice. You have to assert your dominance on the Russian streets, otherwise they won't respect you. The Russians understand and respect strength. And here we are, a DAF truck dealership. So let's go and get my vehicle serviced. I'm sure they'll be willing to work on the Scania. So let's do the service. And there we go. 730 horsepower engine. I'm sorry, chat, I was lying. So let's read your things. Drinking and virtual driving again, Hobbit, oh dear. Nissan 2000 SX, yeah, they're nice cars. Never had, I didn't have one with the pop-out headlight. Sold it to a group of young white lads. They said they were gonna race, gave them a deal. Basildon, but alas, downtown with a T. Tanker turning Kent, Dublin as well. That is anglicised. Can you hear the turbocharger as well? Just about. Dublin comes here as Dublin from Dutch Black and Lindpool. Yeah, I always find it interesting that Dublin is Blackpool. Most Irish place names we use an anglicised spelling. I've forgotten how keen these Hobbit streams were. Thank you. Ouch, Hobbit's insurance must be pretty high. I feel safe for Hobbit driving, even during a standard practice bumps. Yeah. So you know what? I've been using the same trailer for quite some time now. It's the one with... it's a flatbed, but it has these twist locks so that a shipping container can be put onto it. So I want to purchase a trailer. Yep, 200,000 rubles for a new bumper. So this is not the place to do it. Actually, yes it is. This is exactly the place to do it. So what I'm going to do is... Oops, that's the wrong menu. Go back. And now stop forwards. I like how it just automatically starts in 6th gear because it's like, yeah, you're powerful enough, you can do it. So let's modify this trailer. What can we do? Cannot install HCT in the country outside of Finland, nor a double. I wonder what a HCT is. I don't know. I can do a drop side with a crane, wooden floor flatbed. Oh, I see. So I can only do these sort of 4-wheel steerable. Now that's interesting. So I can go custom metallic color. I'm happy with that. So let's go and modify the these. We'll have the runners. They're class C. Not that it really needs it because these outer wheels hardly get used, but may as well just have them all the same, just for consistency's sake. Now, what are these? They're standards. Wow. As I'm here, may as well change them. Endurance Lux Paint. Let's go with that. So we'll have these brown. Oh, I quite like brown. Yeah, let's go with brown. So this is going to be standard Lux Paint. Oh, sorry. Endurance Lux Paint. So do that as brown. And again, let's scroll down. Endurance Lux Paint. Brown. And make this one a brown. Oops. You have to choose brown. Now, we'll get some wheels. We could go Duke Chrome. Yeah, shinier metal and chrome. That makes it nice and easy. Ranger paint. Yes, we'll have that as brown. And we'll go back to this one. Nuts are going to be shiny chrome. The middle bit is going to be one of these, which is going to be brown. And this one is going to be shiny metal chromes, and we're going to do the middle part. And can you guess what colour it's going to be, guys? That's right, brown. And then finally we go to this one. We choose range paint, make it brown, and then we'll choose some shiny chrome covers. So we'll put the exclusive one so we have more lights. chromed box or a pallet box? Well, we have a pallet box that side, so the chrome box is on the other side. Because everyone likes it when it's shiny, it's metal, and it's chrome. We have that bit, and we have that bit. So I'll confirm the order. 43,000 rubles. And yes, Top Cat, I may love the browns, but I don't love the browns as much as Brutus does. When they get puncture, fat truck drivers just sit in the cab like girls. That's right. Because you got to wait for the AA man to come and do it. So you could say, sorry, that's more than my job's worth. Not gonna do it. Fuck you, more than my job's worth. So we go to the external market. And oh, look at that. I could take carrots all the way from St. Petersburg to Pescara. But that would take me about 2-3 hours to do. So, or I could take white phosphorus to Germany. I'm sure the Germans would appreciate it. Concrete stairs to Hanover. Fuel tanker to Gothenburg and Sweden. But no, don't. I want to go somewhere really short. No, I don't like Poland. Parley. Take some used plastics to Parley. Yeah, I haven't been to Finland for a while, so let's go to Parley. So, there we go. And go like that. And I assume, how is a blown tyre lifted on the replaced on a lorry? You've got to lift up one of the axles. Now, if it's on one of the liftable axles, like that, you simply engage the hydraulics and that makes the job easy. If it's on one of the non-liftable axles, it's not such an easy thing to do, but it can be done. Provided, of course, you have the right tools to do it, because many lorries have they have locking wheel nuts because they don't want their tyres to be nicked, as quite expensive things. So I'm just going to enable the lights. And speaking of which, let's have the dipped beam lights, because despite it being midday, we are in St. Petersburg. And you fucking cunt, I just got the car, I just got this fucking repaired. Right, that's it, you're getting fucking crushed, mate. Where are you, you bastard? There you are. Don't you understand I've got a fucking job to do, you cunt? My job now is to exterminate you. I hope you understand that. Finland can wait. Turning you into a pancake comes first. Right. Fuck you, you cunt. Right, there we go. Sorry about that, chaps. It was a bit annoying seeing as I haven't made it more than 50 fucking yards out of the service station. And already my vehicle's been 60% damaged. So let's go back there and get repaired. And let's just go and get that repaired, shall we? Only God can judge me, Fots and Orbit. Hello, chaps. Yeah, so, can I get a refund on the work? It appears that my vehicle's still damaged. So, there we go. See, I'm a philanthropist. I just like to be a benefit to the local community. Oh, and of course my air pressure's low now, so I'm going to get a warning noise. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much of an issue, so we'll try this again. And let's just have a look. So, I'm going to put my indicators on. They know I'm coming out. And there's just that guy there before who observed what happened. And he understands to stay in his fucking place. Just like that guy over there. Who also understands not to cross the road when I am coming. So let's just carry on now. And let's proceed to Finland, hopefully with no incidents whatsoever. That would be good, wouldn't it? So, we got to go to the straight ahead lane, which is this one, as we will be going straight ahead. And I'm going to take away the context menu. I don't need to see that. We need to go to 70 kph. There we are. And even at 60, that is pretty fast. At least it feels fast to me. So in order to get to this other part of St. Petersburg, I've got to go out St. Petersburg and drive on this road. Something I'm hoped to be addressed in further episodes. So as you're not letting me in, I have to take the hard shoulder to get to speed. And yep, he understood that was my turn to merge, so he just let me carry on. That's very good. And there I am. I am doing 90 kilometers an hour. So let's go to fuel efficiency. That's the one I want. So we are gonna cross that line there, cross another line there, and no, it's not this one. It's a clover leaf. So we want to go to the outside lane and just lower our speed down gently. Bit more. There we go. Nice and slow. Let's do the cloverleaf U-turn. Get back into St. Petersburg to pick up some used plastics, which are in great demand by the Finnish. No carrots for Pescara in Italy. I am not driving for another 3 hours. Because I would like to go to bed soon. Oh, that's a bit too fast. Shouldn't be accelerating when going uphill, not that quickly. This is something I'm having to get used to, as the vehicle is significantly more powerful than what it was before. So, yeah, it's just getting used to the improved performance and the increased acceleration compared to previously. So let's just keep ambling on this dreary, drab, dismal road, and just get back to the other side of St. Petersburg, which for whatever reason I was unable to cross any other way. We'll pick up some used plastics and have a journey to Finland. Won't that be nice, guys? I think that would be very good. We'll take an exciting route. I say it's exciting because it's one I've never been on before, and that does excite me. Every day is a new path. Here we go. Let's just go up to this loading bay. This way. And there's a Russian on his vodka break. So, here it is. Turn around. Go forwards. Get the angle. That's a good enough angle. I keep using the clutch even though it's redundant with an automatic transmission. I'm thinking it makes a difference to my speed, but again it's force of habit because all I've ever driven's a manual. So there we go. I changed from drive to reverse. I didn't even touch the clutch then, and the vehicle did not stall. So that's very, very good. So let's get this. Let's pick this parcel up. This consignment of used plastic, used Russian plastic, which the Finns want. There we go. Let's load up the cargo. Not even half an hour to load the cargo, so engine on, handbrake off, and don't need clutch, just need to put it in gear. So, what's the distance one has to do? 749 kilometers. Okay. Let's have the context menu up. So, just coming out, and can't see anything in the mirror. So, just there we go. Nothing behind me. That's good. And look, this is a fairly light load. I can still have my lifted axle. So that is nice. So let's just turn it around there, and just gently feather on the power. We don't want to do too much, and now I'm just going to put the foot down. And we see that went from 4th gear to 10th gear, just like that. How's about that then? So it's 70 here. So this is the bit here. We're doing this because that wouldn't really exist on the motorway, but for purposes of expediency, they've included that U-turn in a motorway, which is quite strange if you ask me, but there you have it. So, only 747 kilometers to go. So here we are, 70 kilometers an hour. That should mean take us, if we carry on at this speed, we'll get there in 10 hours time of game time. Which, if I do 1/15 of 10 hours, if it was 15 hours, it would be 1 hour? Yes. So 10 hours will be a bit less than that, 2/3 of that, so 40 minutes. Well, we can increase the speed to 90 now. Not just yet, not just yet. There we go. So, now we're going at speed. And according to the in-game clock, we'll arrive there at midnight Moscow Standard Kremlin time. MSK? Oh no. So all we got to do now is just carry on, and another 720 kilometers to go. So, we've done plenty of talking. I say we, that is the royal we. So I think we can enjoy the next few moments in silence. Listen to the gentle purr of 730 horses, all working in unison to haul used plastics from St. Petersburg to somewhere in Finland on the western coast. signal out and wait for this white car to pass. I too shall merge in turn. There we go. And this way I can overtake these vehicles on my left. We'll be staying in this lane as we don't want to come off to the left hand side, which is where that lane goes. Well done, Rebecca F. You have earned me 12,000 euros. Good work. That's why I don't worry about service fees and fuel and fines, because all the other drivers are busy working, so I maintain my profits, which of course I will use to invest in the company, and I will be upgrading some of my fleet to the latest high-spec Scania, like my own. Well done, Natalia P. You have done well. Only another 620 kilometers to go. Kilometers to go, except I have got it wrong and I didn't take the right turning, so now I have 685 kilometers, unless I do something very naughty. Let's see what my options are to do something a bit naughty, which shouldn't be done. Because I really needed to come off there, and I can't go there. I have to go past all of that area now. That's quite unfortunate. Or is it? Let's do something which is a bit unorthodox. As I said, this manoeuvre shouldn't be attempted, but I don't fancy doing an extra 100 kilometers, so we'll just this van is going to let us go past, and the wrong way offence, that's okay by me. We'll just carry on there, and now we'll proceed onwards with the revised journey plan. Now it's saying, no, hang on. Let me have a look at the map, because I think the sat nav is being a bit confusing. So, if I was to go there, I'd carry on that way. I need to go there. So, where can I go? It's saying go all that way, do a thing. Is there any other way I can get onto that road? If I go there and that, I'll be on the wrong side of the road for a bit. Yeah. If I go there, so if I go there, no. If I go on that one, I can go there, which which means I could go around. Oh, yeah, but that's cheeky. It's cheeky, but is it breaky? See, that one goes there. That one goes there. I think I am just going to have to accept that I'm going around either way. Let's go into neutral. Go into drive. And my parking brake's engaged, so let's disengage the parking brake so we can build up some speed. And let's see, is there any shortcut? Is there any shortcut I can do? Well, I can't carry on this way because that road no longer exists, so I'm compelled to go here. Now, where can I go? I think I just have to carry on with this thing here. And then find somewhere to pull over to sleep. Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. Yes, we need to find somewhere where we can pull out for a rest. The speed before you end up retarded like Brutus. The imposter intellectual, the vacuous vegetarian, the naive nitwit nationalist. And nowhere to rest here, so we'll just carry on. We were going too fast because one is not familiar with the improved acceleration of this vehicle. So let's just carry on driving and find somewhere to pull over and rest before I lose control of the vehicle. Alternative driving indeed. Sometimes you can't always use the prescribed paths. You have to carve out your own path in this world. And other times you just have to accept that maybe its advice is, oh, look at that. Peel of thunder. And just like that, the rain stops. How nice. Let's carry on then and see if we can get to where we need to go. So perhaps instead of looking down at the can I see the map please? So perhaps instead of looking at the how many kilometers to go thing, I should be looking instead at the where I need to pull off thing, because that was my problem. I wasn't looking at where to pull off, so I had this whole rigmarole. This is where I should have been about 10 minutes ago. So hopefully on here somewhere is a refuge area where I can pull over and rest. And if not, then I'm just going to have to use the old matchstick to keep the eyelids open trick. And here comes a toll bridge. I'm sure they'll appreciate me yawning as they do my papers. So, right, I'm just going to have to get past you because I'm going significantly faster than you are. And I believe this one's a telepass, so let's get in for that. Use the automatic telepass system. Hit. I believe that is Russian for stop. Which is not what I did there. I just carried on at a slow pace until I was free to proceed. No refuge area, so we're just going to have to carry on this toll road and hopefully something will come along when we need it. Get ourselves up to speed. Well, Top Cat, you are omitting part of the truth there. He came out of nowhere, and if he didn't want to be pushed off the road, he should be more considerate to me. And I understand that I can't do full left-right motions because that would mean leaning over to touch my mouse, and I'm just not prepared to do that. It was very inconsiderate of him. I just had my vehicle serviced, and he was like, I'm just going to suicide into the side of you. So I did what any good road user would do, in that I used the power of my vehicle to bulldoze him out of the way. So, a refuge area please, before I fall asleep at the wheel. And fall asleep in real life, because it's getting close to Hobbit's bedtime. And I don't want to stay up for a midnight feast. I would rather go to bed. So I just keep things going along, and it says 70, but I'm not doing 70 until I find a proper place for refuge and where I can sleep. And so far, there are signs not for refuge, so I just keep on going. And accept that you can sleep when you are no longer in Russia, because it seems to me that the Russians don't believe in having refuge areas for commercial road users where they can stop to have a rest. So I assume once you're done with your vodka bottle, that is where you urinate, because there are no toilets. There are no showers. There is nothing but contempt for the commercial road driver, who has to carry on driving despite being given warnings about being tired and you should find a place to rest. But what's this? A fuel station where I can rest. So let's see what comes first. Fuel or sleep? Sleep or fuel? Let's find out. So, do we see it yet? Is it there yet? There it is. Blink and you'll fucking miss it, because that is a right-angled corner. As you can see there, my trailer ran into the ground in that bit. So, nice road planning, Russians. Engine off. Refuel. And there we go. So it's taken us 240 litres to get here from St. Petersburg. And there is the sacred rest area, which I shall use. Let's just get right in the front over there. And to a gentle stop. Stop there. Engine off. And let's have a rest. Right, we've now had our requisite 5 hours of sleep. We are now ready to proceed with another 18 hours of driving. Off, hey ho, off we go to Finland. Another right-angled junction, very nice. Again, my trailer went into the ground. The alternative would be to come out at a wider angle, which probably would mean coming out into oncoming traffic. Don't you fucking dare. I saw it indicate. I was like, ha ha ha, guess who's going to crash into you, Hobbit? Not bloody likely. So now we're not racing to get to refuge area, let us go at the prescribed speed. 476 kilometres to go, chaps. Let us enjoy this moment in peace. Drop it, hold it, lose it. So we are now coming to the border control between Russia and Finland. And there's an area for me there. So I'll just go over there. Stop the vehicle, park and brake on, engine off, border check. Park and brake off, already in gear, so just drive on. Do the second border check because the Finns don't trust the Russians or the Russians don't trust the Finns. So we have to repeat the entire process again. How very nice. Engine off, enter. Engine on, park and brake off, and proceed. Welcome to Finland. Now we are in Finland. We have 444 kilometres to go in Finland. Where I can proceed at 80 kilometres an hour once this bastard lorry gets up to speed. Or when it is safe to overtake. Well, shit. Okay, that was a mistake. Bit annoying, but I had those keys previously assigned for horns, and I wanted to sound the horns to let the other road user be aware of my presence. $420 kilometers to go. That's twice I've seen Jury D levelling up. Maybe I should review my drivers, just have a look at them, see what they're doing. Well done, Brandon L. Chat's talking about motorcycles. I quite like the Honda, is it the CBR 500? CJ 500? No, CJ 125. Yeah. And I've yet to meet a Triumph motorcycle which I didn't like. Although I never ride one because the engine tone of them sends me to sleep. So it's dangerous for me to ride them for that reason. I just enjoy the squeaking of the microphone arm as I try and find some modicum of comfort on this terrible metal folding chair. And join me for another 378 kilometers towards wherever I'm going in Finland. Finland, also known as a graveyard of the Russians, because a lot of Russians died in the Winter War here. They were unsuccessful. I suppose that means the Finns were allied with the Germans. Is that a new speed limit? It's 80. The speed I was already doing. So let's go through this tunnel, put the blind mode lights on, take them off again. So it is, what's the current time? The time's not in the top bottom right corner. Time is 5:15 in the morning. Right, there we go. So I just keep on gently trundling on, enjoying the Finnish countryside, this abundance of trees, and not much else. What strange creatures exist in those forests, we may never know. And if you look in the mirrors, we can see the sun is rising over the horizon. So that makes sense as I'm heading west through Finland. So that must mean about midday it'll be over my head, or perhaps it'll be on the driver's side window as we are north of the sun. Another 310 kilometers to go. So, fun piece of trivia here, but the Japanese have nighttime bus and train services, and when they do, they don't make announcements before 7 o'clock, as not to disturb people that are asleep. So if one of your stops is before that time, you need to arrange your own way to wake yourself up. And that is why, out of respect for the time in the game, I am trying to be quiet, as not to disturb anybody, so we can have a nice, peaceful, relaxing drive through the Finnish countryside. There is 280 kilometers to go, and I'm pleased to announce that the fuel efficiency of the vehicle has improved. It was 40.9 on the last trip from Swansea to Tallinn. It has now gone down to 40.8 litres. Unfortunately, it's just gone back up to 40.9. Not to worry. The average keeps improving. With every kilometre we go, less fuel is being consumed. Pray to God I am in the right lane, because if not, I may raise my voice in exasperation. 250 kilometers to go. Good evening. We have 222 kilometers to go, Phil.
Okay.
I am a bit tired. The alcohol is having its effect, so I will be looking forward to going to bed once I reverse this trailer into where it needs to be.
I'm fucking nearly wrecked. I'm not completely wrecked, but I'm nearly there. Be 2 cans and I'll be clean, I reckon.
I've been enjoying Aldi's Brasserie imported premium French lager. Lovely, refreshing 25cl stubby bottles. Very nice they are too. Yeah.
I've been on the Saint Etienne from Aldi because I'm a fucking connoisseur.
I see we have both been imbibing the French lager.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's 4.8. It's okay. I love it.
That makes us proper bourgeoisie.
Oh yeah, bourgeoisie lager.
We are
8%.
We are drinking the nouveau riche, the French lager.
Custard. They don't recognise custard, do they, the French? You say custard.
Crème anglaise.
Yeah, that's what they say, yeah.
Yeah. Seems strange considering how the French have all sorts of dishes with eggs. They'd have never thought to combine eggs and cream together to make a...
No.
And they have a crème pâtisserie, which is different to custard, which is eggs and cream. And they make some rather nice flans and tarts with that. they use it as a basis for a lot of fruit tarts, where they'll do like a short crust base. They'll bake it in the oven so it's crispy. They'll put a crème pâtisserie on top of that. Then they'll put fruit, often strawberries or raspberries, which they've cut into attractive shapes. And then they'll put a gelatin glaze on top of that so it all sets, and very nice. Oh yeah, I like it. But, oh no, woe betide that they have crème anglaise.
You know, they can't have it on its own. No.
They're such snobs, but at the same time, some of the snobbery is granted, because they do have decent food, and they seem to have this. Put it this way, I think there is a passion for food in this country, but it's much like Brutus's passion for nationalism. It's like, I want what the French do without understanding how to get there. Whereas the French live and breed, yeah, they do actually live and breed good food, but they live and breathe good food as well. So we have another 150 kilometres to go. I would say this is, well, when it's 100 kilometres, that's the home stretch. There's a lovely river. And this has been very nice, just been ambling along at 80 kilometres an hour. Not had to swap between 70 and 60, unlike that bastard road between Luga and St. Petersburg. That was a pain in the arse. And it is now coming to 8 o'clock local time, so I can start to raise my voice and say, if you've been watching this far, thank you very much. You can do the usuals, you can like and subscribe. You can put something in the comments of the streams as well, because apparently that helps the YouTube algorithm understand that you want to see my content. And that helps me with my YouTube career, where I will get so much money from YouTube videos that I will have a chalet in the Alps, a smoking hot wife, and 2 beautiful children, which will be mine, because I'm handsome. Unlike you, Brutus, you are ugly. You know when they say don't judge a book by its cover? I often felt that's something said by long-nosed tribe who look hideous. But I think you should judge a book by its cover, because if I've known anything about people, ugly people have ugly thoughts. It's almost as if they've internalized the ugliness. It's strange. It really is. Now, you could say, Hobbit, what of beautiful people? Aren't they vain and self-obsessed? Well, it depends what you mean by beautiful, really. I mean, you have some very well dolled up, heavily makeup wearing dolls, and I wouldn't describe them as beautiful. But then you have someone like I wouldn't say Clarissa Dixon Wright's beautiful, but the dishes that she can do are beautiful. And honestly, if I was that age, I think I could do far worse than marrying someone like Clarissa Dixon Wright. Or Jennifer, who was a rather well-to-do woman, would have made some excellent poached eggs. And then when she popped her clogs because she was fat and smoking, you'd have got to enjoy the inheritance. So, you could do far worse than a woman like that when you're 60 or 70 years old. But I think we know, if you've ever seen someone that's truly beautiful, they have a warmth about them which emanates from the skin, and their appearance merely is a reflection of the soul inside. I believe people's bodies are a reflection of the soul, and that's why there are ugly people and there are beautiful people, but there's not many beautiful people left anymore. More and more people are ugly. And unfortunately, beauty is one of those things which can be abused and destroyed by the environment. And when I mean environment, that also includes emotional trauma. So it can be abused and destroyed. I'm not as handsome as what I once used to be, but then again, I'm no longer a youth in my 20s. I'm a man, an adult, and as such, I have to accept that things are always ephemeral. They always will be. And there is wisdom in accepting that things will not always be as good as what they once were, but that doesn't mean you should give in to despair. So we have 33 kilometres left to go, and the road is getting a bit more busy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of the oh dear, 1% damage. That's irritating. I wish I hadn't seen that. How did that happen anyway? How do I get rid of this menu? Oh, there we go. And I am speeding. So now it goes back to 80. So for that 100-metre stretch of 70km/h road, I'm sure the Finnish police really enjoyed his fine and will be masturbating over that promptly. So we can see on the sat-nav something's glowing, so keep your eyes peeled, as it looks like we'll be coming to the end of this journey very soon. Cruise control goes off, gentle pumping of the brake, and here we are at this shipping container area. Am I at a port? This looks like it could be a port. Docks of some sort, to be sure. So let's see. It wants me to put it there. Alright, so there I should go. And once again I have my foot in the clutch, even though the clutch is redundant with an automatic. Not to worry. So it wants me to put it over there. Rightio. Oopsie doopsies. Bit too tight of a circle, so let's just bring it out a bit. And I'm going to head towards that green shipping container over there. Like so. And now I'm going to bring it back there. I don't understand what the purpose of parking it exactly there is going to be, as this is my trailer, therefore the shipping container will have to be extracted from my trailer, and to do that you need the lifting thing over there. The lifting thing I believe is called a shipping container crane. But hey, this is a game, it's not real life, so let's play in the rules of the game. Ah, that's only a couple of inches out, but it seems to be very fastidious about... It knows I want to go to bed, and that I've had enough alcohol. Remember, don't drink drive in real life, it has real life consequences. Always be safe, always wear your seatbelt, and always follow local road laws. But then again, if you're commercial driving, you would be aware of these sorts of things. And there we go, I'm in the green zone, so parking brake on, engine off, and let's unload the trailer. So there we go. 957 kilometers. And that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. You may now fuck off.